at 773 Network. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773 Network. President Trump got some laughs last night at the Al Smith dinner in New York. Welcome back to the Mark Arum Show, in depth on campaign 2024 with not so old blue eyes, political analyst Bill Crane. Bill, my friend, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Before we get into
How are you?
I'm excellent, man. It's Friday. It's Donut Friday. I'm not sure if it's Payday Friday. That would be the trifecta. Before we get into the battleground state of Georgia, a couple of quick comments on the Al Smith fundraising dinner. Former President Trump showed up in person. Vice President Harris didn't. She had a video message shared there. Bonus points to President Trump for going to this fundraiser?
With Catholic voters, it's a big deal in New York State.
Yeah.
In 2016, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump actually had a pretty good-natured series of pokes at each other in their remarks. And it's sort of like the White House press corps dinner, the Capitol press corps dinner. You're supposed to kind of suspend the campaign and enjoy the night. And Donald Trump isn't going to win New York. Kamala Harris is. I'm pretty sure that's why she didn't go. But it is a big fundraiser for the Archdiocese of Northern New York and the Catholic Church.
I want to bring in our Catholic correspondent, Deborah Green, here. Apparently, I haven't heard the audio, but apparently President Trump was cursing a little bit in front of priests. Is that a no-no?
I mean, I would never do that. It's not like priests don't ever say things they're not supposed to, but
not in front of a live microphone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like you're a little more conscious of who you're saying certain things, and especially as a member of the church, and maybe for me, I feel like that's another day in purgatory. So.
It's not a room for blue humor. It's a room
Yes.
for talking like you're telling jokes, dad jokes with your mic.
Yeah. When I'm off the air, I cuss like a sailor, but I don't think I've ever cursed in front of a member of the cloth. I could be wrong, but at least not intentionally. Anyway, all right, that's out of the way, Bill. Let's get down to brass tacks here. Candidates visiting Georgia. It's still a battleground, and they still want to come here and sway some voters.
Yeah, I don't know so much at this point. It's about, although undecided voters are settling in now, it seems, in the polling data. I think it's less about persuadables and more about, in this period of 2 weeks of early voting and weekend voting, firing up and getting their base up. Vice President Harris will be here this weekend, apparently, to encourage Saturday and Sunday social polls voting. Barack Obama is going to be campaigning here with her next week. She will be on October the 23rd, appearing on CNN, what was going to be a debate but is now not. Donald Trump will be here on October the 23rd as well, and another rally next week. He is spending 3 days of the next week in Georgia and did cancel, I think it was this weekend, a speech to the National Rifle Association. I haven't quite determined what the reason for cancellation was, but that's, again, like the dinner in New York, that's the audience is largely in his corner.
So the poll trend here in Georgia, and again, who can make heads or tails of these polls, but it seems like in most polls I've seen, President Trump is leading in Georgia. The fact that he is still campaigning here, does that tell you that he's not 100% lockstep sure that he's going to win the Peach State?
I think it tells me two things. I think it tells me that they still want to maximize turnout, because for all the polling in the world, if you don't actually get your voters to the polls, it doesn't matter. So the most recent national polls still show the vice president with a slight lead. But when you look at the 7 battleground states in all but one, the trend is Donald Trump's ahead by 1, 2, 3 percentage points. And in the most recent poll by Quinnipiac, which is a well-regarded pollster in Georgia, Donald Trump leads by 6 points.
Yeah, we saw that.
So, yeah, that kind of jumps out at you. What seems to be happening, if you dig down into the samples, and I sent you the links in case you or Deb want to post these online for your listeners, is that where we had a week ago and 10 days ago 6 and 7% undecided, if you add up just the Quinnipiac poll as an example, that's 98% of the vote. So the undecideds are settling, and the undecideds appear to be in this election where everybody says they want change, and Joe Biden's approval ratings are very low, believing that change doesn't lie with the party that's in the White House now, that Donald Trump would be that change agent. So the vote seems to be settling in most of those battleground states in Donald Trump's favor.
What has happened? Because we had that, Harris riding the wave after Biden stepped down and post-DNC. She seemed to have the momentum, and now the pendulum swung back into Trump's favor. Is there one thing you can point to and say, well, that's why the momentum has swung?
I think the two things that I'm identifying, again, looking at the trends, are she had a series of interviews, as did Governor Walz, that didn't probably turn out as well as she might have CBS